Can someone from Edu confirm whether the University of Limerick representative have joined? Dear participants, we'll be starting soon. This is the 14th session of the two-day Irish Educational Expo, and we are been very proud. We are very proud to have hosted the most reputed universities and colleges in Ireland during the past these 10th and 11th, these 2 days. And we are coming to the fag end of the two-day educational expo, and as the saying goes, the best is kept for the last. So we have University of Limerick at this session, and we have one more institution that will be covered today. So we hosted 7 institutions yesterday, and we'll be hosting 7 institutions today as well. Has Pratyush or someone from University of Limerick, have you joined? We'll be starting soon, as soon as the University of Limerick representative joins, and as soon as a few more participants are also joining. We'll just wait for 2-3 minutes. Sorry for this delay. I think there is some delay in the country manager of University of Limerick, Pratyush Manoj, in his joining. So till then, we'll just talk about why Ireland. So most of you are keen on studying in Ireland. So why Ireland? So many of you would have tried various countries, looked at various options, various countries, and countries like US and Australia, or so many other countries. So most places, the master's is for 2 years. And for each year, the fees is also exorbitant. It's quite high. But in Ireland, you see the master's is for 1 year. It's a 3-semester program. And after 1 year, after this 1 year, you have enormous opportunities for placement. And also, since the country has identified various skills which are in shortage there. So if you're working in an area where these skills are in shortage, that is called as critical skills, then you can become a permanent resident after 21 months. So that's a faster route with not a cumbersome route. It's a best return for investment. 1 year you invest, and then you get a job in the critical skill area, and you have a stay back for 2 years, so you have time to find a good job as well. So stay back for 2 years, and within that you can get a job and then work for 21 months, and you can become a permanent citizen. That's an attractive option. And also many countries that you go in the European Union, you find Ireland is the only country in European Union where English is the native language, where you can do everything in English. So you can thrive there in using English, whether you do part-time job or whether you take up a job. Everywhere you need only English. So these are some of the major advantages. In addition to that, I mentioned about the various. I can just run through a few important points till Pratyush joins. I'll just share a slide. Yeah, as I just mentioned, Ireland is a hub of opportunities, and it's a home to 1,000+ leading MNCs, and the World Competitive Index. So it's fourth in the world and third in the Europe in 2024. So that means it's got a vibrant, growing economy, and even during the recession times, Ireland has thrived. And there are around 430+ finance companies thriving in Ireland. Most of the major names you can see there. So as I mentioned earlier, finance is an area where it is identified as critical skills. So because all these finance companies are there, you have a lot of employment opportunities, and you see 1,000+ big IT companies thriving in Ireland. And the reason why many of these companies come to Ireland is because the corporate tax is relatively very less in Ireland. Till 2024, it was just 12.5% in Ireland. So because of that, so in many countries, even in India, it's 30% or more. Many countries, it's 30% plus. Some countries, it's 25%. Some, so that means, so the tax these companies will have to shell out is relatively less in Ireland. So they come to Ireland. And because they come to Ireland, there are a lot of employment opportunities for the students who are going and studying in Ireland. That's why many students from India are wanting to go there. And they are also an immigration-friendly country, a warm and welcoming country. So you can get a job, you can as well settle there in Ireland. There is a large number of pharmaceutical companies as well in Ireland, medtech companies, hospitals, health and research charities, which are thriving in Ireland. So this is also another critical skill area, pharmaceuticals. So because there are many of these companies like Johnson & Johnson, Novartis, AstraZeneca, about all of them, they have their manufacturing units, production units in Ireland. Because of that, especially the pharmaceutical area, there are a lot of opportunities because drug is being developed there. And many medtech companies, and when we talk about Limerick, There are many manufacturing companies, IT companies there near in the Limerick area as well, where students get opportunity to do internship, where students get opportunity to, where the company, the scientists and researchers, some of the, for example, Johnson and Johnson has an R&D center there in the Limerick campus. Limerick campus, UL campus is hosting them, an R&D center. So all of this collaboration with the university makes it an attractive prospect for students to go and study in such universities like Limerick. So as to get the exposure, be ready for employment and get a job there in Ireland. Yeah, and there is also as I mentioned, it's a tech and finance hub for Indian students. All the tech giants like Meta, Google, Apple, Microsoft, also financial institutions like Bank of Ireland, AIB, all of them, they have their European headquarters there. And it offers a dynamic study environment with strong focus on research and innovation. And the government is also very supportive with the government supporting government policies for international students. It's welcoming. So the international students, that's why they offer a 2-year stay back. And as soon as the students go there, and even before they, even, without them getting a job, they are given a stamp 1G. As a students, they go there on stamp 2. And then on graduation, they get a stamp 1G. Then they can apply. That's a graduate visa where they can apply and wait and stay for 2 years. Or before that, if they get a job, they can move to the critical skill visa and then to the stamp 1 visa and move on to the PR and things like that. And there are a lot of top courses and top demanding, many very good universities as well. Top IT courses like AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, cloud computing, data science, software engineering, and the finance focus, finance, accounting, economics, fintech. And University of Limerick is one of the leading universities there. And Ireland is also a global leader in pharma and healthcare. Ireland's strong reputation in the pharmaceutical research sectors industry, it's well known. And with the world-class research institutions and universities, they have a very good collaboration. Most of the occasions, the syllabus, the curriculum is developed in collaboration with the industries. So once they complete their master's or the undergraduate program, they are directly employable, and companies are seeking after qualified hands. So I already mentioned about the favorable business environment and tax incentives, and and also these universities, they offer dynamic study environment with strong focus on research and innovation. As I mentioned, University of Limerick also has a strong focus on research. And this University of Limerick, it was established in 1972, and it's an independent, internationally focused university with over 18,000 students and nearly 2,000 staff studying, 2,000 staff working in the University of Limerick. And just adjacent to the University of Limerick, you have the National Technology Park, or NTP, and R&D companies are nearby. So this all makes the University of Limerick very attractive for the international students to go there, get exposure and experience. Yeah. And in the pharmaceutical and health sector, there are many top courses. Many of these courses are offered at the University of Limerick as well. And again, University of Limerick is a leading university for the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors. Yeah, again, as I mentioned, why choose Ireland? Ireland is an English-speaking country. It has got a welcoming environment for international students. It's got affordable education compared to other European countries. And the beautiful landscape, vibrant culture, all makes Ireland very much attractive for international students. Yeah, many of you will be interested to know about the pathway to permanent residency, because many of you you invest in order to get an employment and then get settled there. So as I had mentioned earlier, so you when you go to Ireland on a student visa, initially your visa is valid just for 3 months, but once you go there and then change your stamp and get the IRB card and all that, so then your visa will be stamp 2. Okay, so then that means you can pursue higher education in Ireland. So after graduation, it can be converted to stamp 1G. So that's an option to gain work experience after graduation, and you can apply for various jobs. And in some cases, the students, even while they're doing their final semester, they can get a job, and they can get a job, and once they get a job, they can move to stamp 1 directly from stamp 2 as well. And then the critical skills employment permit is a faster path for in-demand skills, as I mentioned. So many skills which are in shortage are identified, and it is published as a list, as critical skills employment list. And after 21 months, so you can apply for PR. So your stamp 1 could either be in the critical skills with the critical skills employment permit, or it could be a general employment permit. If it is a general employment permit, which is not part of the critical skills employment permit, then after 5 years, you can apply for PR. And then after you get PR, then you stay there in Ireland, and then after 5 years, you can get a permanent residency. Okay, permanent residency is stamp 4. And also, once you reach Ireland, there are other things that you need to do, like register with the Irish Naturalization and Immigration Services, INIS, to obtain the Irish Residence Permit, IRP. And you also need a personal public services number that is called as a PPS number. All these things you do it during the start after reaching Ireland. Okay, then we Ad hoc can be your trusted partner in helping you get your admission in University of Limerick or any other universities in Ireland. So our founders, they went as students. Our directors, they went as students to Ireland. They went through the difficulty. They found the challenges. They overcame those challenges and hurdles. And then they realized there is a great need to help the prospective students who are struggling, because there are many consultancies, many agencies which are misguiding the students. Many of them get duped. Many of them get cheated. And so they wanted to establish a firm which is trustworthy, which is transparent. And that is one reason why I myself was attracted to Ad hoc and decided to associate with Ad hoc with my over 30 years of experience in the engineering education, research, and administration. I have come across so many students who have who have been misguided, and now I find a place where students can trust, students can discuss with the counselors, student counselors who are experienced. So Ad hoc has already sent more than 3,000 students to Ireland and other European countries as well. And so they have the required experience to help you in getting the visa. That's the first, getting the offer letter from the university. That's the first part. For getting the offer letter from the university, your interest should be identified. So we need your profile, what you have done, your interest, we need to identify. And once we identify your interest and your background, your qualification, your marks, then we can match it with the right program that is of your interest, that is suitable for you. And then we can apply to the university. So we are in direct collaboration. So we have an MOU with University of Limerick and many other universities, many other universities and colleges, almost all of them. We have a direct MOU. And so, we can submit your application and without any charges. All the service that we extend for the application processing is free of cost. And once you get the offer letter, then we need to apply for the visa. And the visa process is also, there are a lot of documentations required, your financial documentation, your background, all that is required. And unlike in the US situation, you don't have a embassy interview, in-person interview. So you just need to submit your documents. The documents will be verified. And so the documents should be perfect. There should not be any mistakes and ad hoc. And the documentation team, the counselors here, the managers here are well versed and experienced in helping the students. And it's almost 98% success in the visa processing. There is almost hardly very few rejections. We find very few rejections. So that is one reason why we can be your trusted partner. And it is not just in the admission and the visa guidance. So we have our office in Dublin. And because we have our office in Dublin 24, we can extend continued support, including airport pickup, accommodation assistance, and we definitely can be your guide to successful study abroad experience. And we have the experience of many students. There was a student who went to Ireland in January 2024, and this experience of this particular student who went in January 2024, she was able to get the part-time jobs, and by January 2025, she got a very good job with IBM as a Linux kernel developer. And that particular job, the salary is above the critical skill threshold. And from the student stamp 2 visa, now she is directly moving to the stamp 1 work visa. And that's a success story where, in the computer science field, she went and she was able to, the family was happy, the student was happy. With a small investment for 1 year, she was able to find an employment which is leading to a permanent residency and settling there in Ireland. So we have, this is just one example. We have found the smiles and joy on the faces and in the hearts of so many students and their families. And that's why we are confident in helping and guiding our students for higher education in Ireland. Thank you. And so I already mentioned there are so many partnered universities. University of Limerick is also one of the universities. And if you have any questions, we can take that. So if the University of Limerick representatives here, you can go ahead and discuss about your programs as well. Otherwise, we can take your questions, general questions, or anyone specific questions about any universities or the programs there in Ireland and the process. So you're welcome to ask us, and we have our experienced team here. So we'll be able to help you and guide you. And any specific questions which we need to directly interact with the university, we can interact with them and get back to you as well. We are sorry about this mess up as to why the University of Limerick representative is not here. We are sorry about it, but we are happy to take
sorry to interrupt.
your.
I think Ishita Kashyap have joined from University of Limerick.
Yes, I am here actually.
Yeah, actually, we were expecting someone. That's why we didn't notice.
Right,
So,
right, right. There was some sort of miscommunication on that format, so don't worry, I'm here for now.
Yeah, all right, Ishita. So we were waiting for one of you, and
I'm really
um,
sorry. There was some miscommunication, so we must have missed it out.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So in the meantime, till then, I have already given them an overview of Ireland and
Right.
also about the process, the education, and the opportunities in Ireland. I've also talked about University of Limerick, and
Right. That's lovely.
a few introductory remarks have already been made. So you can now go ahead. Yeah, I've already set the platform.
Perfect. So, I believe this is solely for Limerick, like students interested in Limerick.
Yes, this is for University of Limerick. We have been having, it's a 2-day program, and this is the
Right,
14th
right, right.
session. So we have been hosting many other universities. We are hosting totally 14 universities and colleges in Ireland.
Perfect.
Today, this is slot session 14. That's for you, University of Limerick. So we have time till 5:40. So you have nearly half an hour
Um,
to maybe 20 or 25 minutes. You can take for your presentation, and then we will have open to a Q&A session.
Well, I don't have a perfect presentation at the moment because I try not to do that because it becomes too rigorous and boring, I believe. So I'm just going to dive straight into the questions in case students have any. But meanwhile, just to give an overview about Limerick as well from my perspective. Hello, everyone. My name is Ishita. So
No,
I am
yeah.
representative of Limerick for the Indian market. So just to another few things that I want to really highlight is about the scholarship that we have off late. If anybody from here is a UG student and specifically want to dive into the management courses, so we have business studies and international business. So this year onwards, we have a scholarship increment. So every year there is a scholarship of 4,000 euros, right? Only for UG, that to business school. Apart from that, we have been introducing few more courses, and we have stripped off three courses. So in case I'll name them maybe in the chat box a little later once I'm done with the conversation. But yeah, most of our courses are also closing down given the number of applicants we have had this year. So we have already closed down artificial intelligence, but if you're really keen on applying to Limerick, I would really recommend you to like apply at the earliest possible, especially for courses when you're talking about business analytics or take it for cybersecurity, data science, all these courses, any computer engineering courses and management courses for PG. It is a really, really good time to start applying. Apart from that, I also would like to highlight that we we are not really invested in while making the application. You need not apply for language tests or you need not submit it immediately. In case you're running short of time with all the other exams or you're a little bit bent on that, don't worry about it. You can just start submitting your application. All the transcripts and your class 10 and 12, these are the basic requirement as of now, and eventually as you receive the rest of it, you can go ahead and submit your language test later on. Yes, and most PG courses, we likely to have an interview round. And right now, especially for psychological science and other courses, we have, we'll be looking into interviews more strictly than usual. So yeah, just keeping that in mind, rest will follow the same. And I think as it was already mentioned earlier, I'm sorry that I've missed a good chunk of the time. And I know you all have been waiting for a longer period than expected. I really apologize for that sincerely. But yes, if anyone here would like to shoot questions to me at the very moment, please feel free to do so. I would love to take them up. Individually, I feel like I can personalize it a little bit better. So the floor is yours, please. Let me know.
Yeah, so I would also mention before we take the questions. So to all the participants, we would request you to post your questions. You can either post it in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask questions. And Ishita Kashyap, Ishita is here. She'll be willing to take your questions. And we'll also be able to help you and guide you ad hoc. And I would also like to remind you that University of Limerick was the winner of the Educational Award 2024. So they won the overall excellence award. Okay, so
Right.
every year in Ireland, they give these awards, the education awards. So 2025 also, we have this education awards. So the overall excellence award winner was University of Limerick in 2024. And ad hoc, we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have a red office in Dublin 24. And we also were finalists in 2024 for a few themes, like Best International Collaboration Project, International Engagement Award. All these, we were also, ad hoc was the finalist. But we could see that our directors who attended the ceremony, they were telling that University of Limerick, so they were either the winners or the finalists in majority of the themes. Yeah, so as I mentioned already, that University of Limerick has got a strong collaboration with industry, research. They are adjacent to the National Technology Park. R&D companies are housed in the campus, are nearby. Students get opportunity to go to the companies, do internships. They offer a lot of career support. Career fairs are arranged in the campuses, so they get an opportunity to interact with the senior persons in the company and all that. So in Ireland, it's through connection, it's through interaction, it's through communication that you get a lot of job opportunities as well. Okay, so with that, now we'll move on to the Q&A session. So we'll take the questions. If you have a question, so please unmute yourself and ask, or post it here in the chat box. There is one question that has come up here. I am Sharon Shaji. I have completed Bachelor of Social Work, BSW, and now I am seeking higher education opportunities in Ireland. Could you suggest the best social work related course available at University of Limerick? So Ishita, you can go ahead and answer.
Yes, just give me a moment. I'll also open up the sheet. So can I also, meanwhile, if you can unmute yourself, whoever has mentioned that question, because I can't technically see it. If I can just also get a little bit about your background, because that has to do a lot with your course that you want to like carry out as your master's program.
Yeah,
So,
that's BSW, it is Bachelor of Social Work.
right. So is it a 3-year course? And also would like to know the
It's a
percentage.
three-year course, yeah.
What would be the percentage of the student?
Yeah, student is not mentioned. So if Sharon is here, you can unmute and interact with Ishita.
I suppose, is the student still around?
Yeah, no, but maybe you can just mention the possible
Yeah,
courses.
so do have a few courses as it's called the social data science and
Hello?
social relation
Hello?
to. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I can hear
Uh,
you. Please go ahead.
okay. Ma'am, nice to meet you.
It's lovely hearing from you as well.
Uh, okay, ma'am. Actually, I have completed BSW, which is a 3-year program,
Right,
and I got 6 point. My CGPA is 6.81,
right,
and actually, I'm looking for a social work related postgraduate program.
right. Okay.
Uh,
So which city are you from, if you don't mind me asking you?
I live in Kochi, actually, near to Kochi.
And did you have any sort of research involved in your course?
Yes, actually, I have done research on this, and I came to know that MSW is the best course based on my background.
So we do have something called the social work and data analytics when it comes to social work. So that is definitely something you can look into. You can check out the website. right? I feel like
Okay,
that's
okay,
going to
okay.
be a really feasible course. I only mentioned, that's why I want to have,
Could you please repeat the course
it's
name?
called social work and data analytics.
So is it a 2-year program?
It is a 1-year program. Most of our master's program will be a 1-year program,
Oh,
right?
okay, okay, okay.
So technically, because our UG program is for 4 years and our master's program is usually transcribed to like a year only.
Oh, 1 year, okay.
Yeah, so that's why it involves a lot of research. That's why I asked you whether do you have like research involved in your course. So I think that's a very fitting course for your background. So you can have a look and maybe after you get a like quick understanding of what they teach you in each of the semesters, then maybe you can get back to me. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Is there any Indian students who have completed this course? Do you know anyone?
Well, we do have a lot of students coming through a lot of humanities and social science courses. Even to this course specifically, I'm sure there'll be a few students coming coming for the course. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, 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 okay. Uh, is there any scholarship available
We
for
do. We
me?
do have scholarship. That's why I wanted to also know the city that you're from. May I know which university are you from?
Actually, I'm from MG University,
Okay. Coach,
in which
right?
I studied in Marine College, Kutikanam. It is a autonomous college.
Okay, got it. So technically, our minimum requirement for that particular program will be 55 to 60.
Uh-huh.
It will be under the bracket. So you should be fine. But also, as I mentioned earlier, the language test is it is going to be a compulsory test to be given when you
Mhm.
apply or maybe later on as you apply for the course. Are you planning to apply
Okay.
this year though?
I need to look more because actually I have already applied for MSW
Okay.
as a support or a second option. I'm looking for another course.
Got it. Got it. Makes sense. That's all right. You might take the time to check out the course of the university and even the university per se. That's what I'm saying. You should be checking the website first so you get an understanding whether it is something that you would really like to pursue and whether it aligns to your interests or not after you graduate also. So those things really need to be carried out by you. So therefore, if you have a look at it and maybe then you can get back to me, that would be easier, right, for you?
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. I have some doubts related to part-time.
Wait,
How part-time jobs
okay.
I hope that it is not the university is not situated in Limerick, means Dublin.
It's not
Uh,
situated in Dublin. It's yeah, it's located in a city called Limerick.
uh,
It is the third
uh-huh.
largest city in Ireland. So
Oh,
the
okay.
university is there, and if you're asking me about part-time, you can work up to 20 hours during your academic session, right? When your classes
Oh,
be going on, you can work for 20 hours in a week. And during
oh,
your holidays, like there'll be a winter or your summer vacation. So during that time, you can work for 40 hours, which is technically a full time, right? So
oh,
you
okay, okay,
can
okay.
work during that many hours. And every January, they review the per hour wage. So this year it is 12.70. So, sorry, last year it was 12.70. I didn't really check this year. So I'm assuming it will be somewhere around 13 point something euros per hour.
Oh,
You can check that
oh,
out on the embassy, like the embassy page. Yeah,
okay, okay, okay. Thank you for giving those informations, ma'am.
absolutely. Thank you so much. But like I said, please check the website and then you can reach out to me. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I will definitely check it, ma'am.
Yeah,
Right.
Sharon, and
But
this will be, just instead of pure social work, so a social work which is connected with some data analytics, like the course that University of Limerick is offering, that will give you diverse options. So once you graduate, so you can move into various options. So that is also because all the social science and research involves many of the data manipulations as well. So that will also be helpful. Okay, so you can look at the syllabus, the modules, and then decide. So please get in touch with ad hoc, and I'm sure you're already in touch. So we'll also be able to guide you to the right program. So there is another question from Raymond Roy. I have a BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. Can I apply for MSc Data Science and Statistical Learning?
yes, thank you so much for the question. But unfortunately, especially for electronic and telecommunications is a bit tricky. The only two courses that you can technically apply for in University of Limerick is actually Software Development International System, which is for 2 years. And the other course is Edge Computing, which is for 1 year. It is more about cloud computing and web development that pertaining towards that. So these are the two courses you can definitely go for. Data science, why I'll tell you it's a bit tricky for you is because 50% of your curriculum, your UG curriculum, has to be about mathematics or it has to be about statistics, right? Even like a typical engineering student cannot go for it unless until these are like vital to their undergraduate program. So I'm really sorry, but I don't think that's going to work out if you want to go for data science.
And Raymond, so edge computing is a very good area because nowadays, earlier it was all everything was centralized computing. So with the central server now, with the advent of AI and the GPU and all that, so slowly everyone is planning to take the technology to the edge, even to the mobile devices and the last mile devices. So for that, there is a lot of opportunities. So it's a mix of electronics, cloud computing, and so you'll be able to use your skills in electronics and communication when it comes to edge computing. And some of the AI data science aspects also will come in edge computing because that will also be. You can look at the curriculum and you will see some of the modules related to this computing and AI as well.
Hi, Ishita. I have a question.
Yes, please.
So Ishita, may I know what's the placement rate in Limerick? So when I did attend this Galway thing also. So there was a representative where he was saying that for Galway they have like separate placement thing. So may I know what are the advantage that we have for University of Limerick? Do we have any placement assistance there, or how is it?
Well, I think I will restructure to whatever Galway had said, and I think I'll speak on behalf of almost all Irish universities. But technically, there is no such concept of placement, right, in European countries. So you basically get the tools and the assistance in order to inject yourself into the market. Like, say, supposedly, I'm sure they have mentioned about career counselors, about career fairs, and University of Limerick also has career counselors. And we also do have the biggest fairs. On top of that, depending on your curriculum, they also tend to have workshops. So these are the specific tools that you will get in order to understand the market better, in order to reach out to the market better, even your recruiters, right? Apart from that, you will also, if you want to work on your CV, if you want to work on your soft skills, you basically reach out to the career counselors and these designated counsels. They'll help you to brush up on your soft skills. They will help you rebuild your CV. They'll also help you in doing mock drills with HRs and so on and so forth. But technically, you sending out the application to any recruiter, to any HR team, to any company whatsoever will be technically on your own.
Okay, so it all depends on us.
Absolutely.
Right.
That is almost like I
Okay.
said, I think it's a very common question. I'm glad you asked me here, but it is something, it is a very different concept altogether. The placement only happens in India.
Yeah. That was my
Yeah.
ask actually. I know that abroad countries, it's not like India. India has like, it's completely different. They bring us the companies in and they'll get us placed. But it's not the case with abroad countries, right? So I had that question in mind.
Exactly. So that they rephrase those words when you say like, placement, but it's not technically placement, it's just career centers and counselors there. But it's a great way to start, to be very honest. I think you don't feel, are you working at the moment?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am working as a business analyst for 5 years.
Perfect. So see, you already have an understanding of what the market would look like. And you also will have an understanding how you will view yourself once you graduate as compared to a freshly graduate. So yeah, it is easier for you to reach out to them and be like, these are the things, these are the requirements I have, and how exactly I need to carry forward from here onwards, given they know the market really well. And like as already, Dr. Matthew have mentioned that how we have good connections to about 1,500 companies, right? We have tie-ups with them, we have partnership with them. So the career counselors are like the best people to reach out to once you're there.
Thanks for Rishika. One more question.
Yes,
So, so I am planning to pursue my business analytics course.
right.
Okay. So, does university matter, or is it, or skills matter?
Well, of course, if you are, and that's a very good way to put a question. Thank you so much for saying that. Well, for business analytics, I'll be very honest. I have noticed over a period of time, we are not really concerned about the university. It has to do a lot with what your curriculum really looks like, right? Because we also have an interview in this course. So we are
Mm.
okay whether you come from any background, but it really has to matter as whether it correlates. Your interest correlates to the program that you're pretty much going to carry out is going to matter the most.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
University is not really the concern per se. Your percentage is. So your academic background is very, very important.
So
Yeah.
for Limerick or for any universities, right?
Mm.
I'm sure the top universities might have certain eligibility, but for let's take like University of Limerick or Galway, anything.
Yeah.
For if I have like a history of backlogs, but not at the moment, so will they accept like I heard like up to 5 only they will be considering for certain universities like Galway and Limerick. Is that true? Or if I don't have any active backlogs at the present, but I did have like up to 6 history of backlogs. So, but I have 5 years of business analytics experience also. So, will I get into the universities?
Okay. Yeah. These I'm happy. Like I think you're asking on point questions. That makes me really happy. But since you've asked, I'll take the opportunity to let you know about backlogs, which I have received a question in my chat box as well. How many backlogs are accepted? Quite honestly, our application date says say supposedly they open up in October, which they do. So during that time, we have noticed a lot of applicants come with backlogs. All right. The maximum University of Limerick we take is about 2. Okay. But
Active or history of backlogs?
even with the history of backlogs,
Oh,
all right, the maximum we take is 2. But it has also come to my notice, especially the initial stage after the application is open, sometimes they do consider it. All right. It's very, very subjective in nature. I know right after the month of December, they are very strict with it because we have a huge number of applications and there's a lot to compare with. And we do get pretty amazing, applicants. I'm not going to lie about it. We have some amazing students with very good percentage. And even though our entry requirement is 70 and our scholarship requirement is 75 and above, but of course, without doubt, like if somebody has scored a little bit higher than that, we'll definitely get the preference over you.
Understood.
So that is the simple thing. That's the thing about backlogs.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we have only one intake. We have only September intake. We do not have any January intake.
Any general things? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your questions. May I know your name?
Rashmi.
Pardon me?
Rashmi. RASHMI. Rashmi.
Okay, Rashmi. Thank you, Rashmi, for your questions, and wish you all the best. And as
Thanks.
Ishita also pointed out, so the universities provide the opportunities, career fairs, and all that, and then it's up to the student to make the connections. Networking, that's the key for a
That's
job in Ireland. Network with the right person. So many company representatives will come to the campus, so you can meet with them, interact with them, build your LinkedIn profile, update your work experience, your projects, what you've done, everything. And, that will definitely be helpful. And when you apply, so definitely with an experience is an added advantage, especially in the job market there in Ireland. So once you have some experience and you apply, definitely you stand a better chance than others. So that's a good option that you can go take a master's program and then be successful there. Yeah, there are quite a few questions that have come up. I just received an offer from UL for MSc in Insurance and Risk Management. I'd like to know how long do I have until I can accept the offer and pay the acceptance deposit, since I am yet to submit my English language test. Also, can you shed some light on the future prospects for this course, since you are the only college that offer this course in Ireland? This is from Savia. MSc, it's about MSc in Insurance and Risk Management. So, Ishita, can
Yes.
you?
Yes, of course. So, congratulations on your offer letter. First of all, I want to start with that. And yes, the second point is if you do see a conditional offer, if that is what you have at the moment, you will notice that they've already given you a stipulated time to you. They have already given you the deadline for it. So technically, it's about 3 to 4 weeks time that you get in order to accept your offer letter. And you can accept it by just simply paying the 600 euros. You reserve the seat with it. Even if you do not have the language tests at the very given moment, that's okay. You can submit that later. But as of now, just to book your seat, you have to pay the 600 euros. And there will be no extension per se. All right. If anyone has completed, if anyone has already paid that 600 and we have already crossed that limit of the particular course, then even if you pay later on, if you're too late for it, then we will not accept it. Or that I hope that part is clear. Secondly, about insurance and risk, it is one of the most popular courses under the Chemi Business School. Of course, this is something I try to avoid answering when you ask me questions regarding what are the prospects, because I do read the papers when it comes to the Irish, the local news that they have, though I keep checking into what are the job opportunities that right now they're giving out. Yesterday I was checking on AI, and then I realized on especially the BMI, Everrise, EY, even Deloitte, they have been having a lot of openings on different departments. So BMI has about, I think, 400 vacancies. They recently posted about like jobs, so you can definitely check out those pages, but specifically to insurance and risk, I will not be able to help you there. I would, because again, my lens is a very like an overview of the market, right? I would really like you to go check out the website, especially the embassy website. And again, it's a very niche course. I would really recommend once you arrive to the university to reach out to your career counselors, including your professors, not just from the department that you're currently will be infused in, but any other department that you want to reach out, ask them for a cup of coffee, see what their whole of the market is, and yeah, they'll be the best guidance for you.
Yeah, thank you, Ishita.
Yeah.
So I hope that's clear. So I have another question. I have an engineering degree in electronics and instrumentation, followed by NEBOSH certification and 8 years of experience in safety. I am now interested in pursuing a master's degree. Which course would be the best option for me? It was from Reju Rajan.
Okay, can I have that question repeated, sir? I'm so sorry, Mr.
Yeah.
I wasn't clear.
Yeah, this is he has an electronics and instrumentation degree in
Okay.
engineering, and with NEBOSH certification. So that's a safety related certification, and also has 8 years of experience in safety, industrial safety, probably. Now the person is interested in pursuing master's degree. So which course would be the best options for me?
Okay, can I have the student unmute themselves and please like help me understand the work
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yes, Reju Rajan, can you unmute yourself and interact, ask?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, ma'am, I have an engineering degree in electronics and instrumentation.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I did NEBOSH, which is a safety-related course, and I have experience of 8 years in that. So, I just want to know which course would be best for me to pursue masters there in Ireland.
Well, I have to check. What is your interest more towards? You want to work along the same lines that you have a background on?
Actually, in instrumentation, I have just 1 year of experience,
Right.
and rest is on safety. So I'm not. I just want to know which one would be best for me, based upon my experience and qualification.
I think the only course that I particularly right now can think of is MSc in project management, which falls under the management course, just to streamline you more into the background that you already have. But again, a course pertaining towards safety, I cannot seem to like pin my head right now on it. But I can get back to you, by the end of today or maybe tomorrow. We can get on a quick call. But anything related to safety per se, I don't think we have it.
Yeah, Raju, I think you can get in touch with ad hoc, so we can also look at other options also, because you want a specific safety-related program.
Right.
So we can look at various other options, trying to match your interest and your background. Yeah, so we'll be able to discuss that later.
But meanwhile, I would really recommend checking out project management if you like. Just have a look, and maybe, like I said, give me a call tomorrow, and we can discuss a little bit in a broader aspect. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank yeah, please.
I'm so
Oh.
sorry. I'll just just have a question directed to me. Can I just mention that first?
Pardon me?
I have a question in my direct message.
Yeah,
So,
please read out, Ishita, and you can
So-
answer.
yes, Mr. Raju has. Can you tell me details about masters in occupational therapy? Right. So, I think recently I met a student who also was interested in occupational therapy. Unfortunately, with this course, you have to give an exam, right? It's called ISAT, if I'm not wrong. So there's a one particular aptitude test that you have to give, and you have to have those results at least by March, right? Even though our deadline is 1st of April for this course, and your language test has to be above 7.5 overall, and all the compartments you have to have 7 above when we're talking about IELTS. But I'm not really sure if this year is something that you can technically apply for. Okay, for occupational therapy. But if it's something that you want to apply for 2026, I would really recommend for you to like apply at the earliest possible. You don't need to have a very strict background in psychology. That's okay, even if you don't. But yeah, you have to give an aptitude test, which is due like by the end of March. You have to submit that.
It's
And
it's a 2-year program, right?
it's a 2-year program, yes. And there's an admission test. So those things go hand in hand, and they need to be delivered by end of March. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Ishita. Rashmi again. Just one last question.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So may I know the current job placement for business analytics? I mean, BAs or if I pursue business analytics course, may I know what's the job market currently in Ireland?
Right. So it is almost a similar question as I've addressed it earlier, and I will refrain from like giving you any sort of like misguided answers. Like I said, my idea, like my knowledge of the job market is a very basic and an overview of the job market, whether it's business analytics, psychology, law, whatsoever. So I would really recommend, if you have very much, in specifics to business analytics, we do have a lot of students who would graduate with great marks, especially Indian students, and they would likely to get absorbed within the first 6 months. And that's a 95% of the students, right? Of the student community. That's, if you calculate from 18,000 students, 95 of them would get absorbed within the first 6 months. So that's an overview I have. And overall, with business analytics, you already have a crowd from like EY, Deloitte. They already have different expectations out of you. So technically, just if we talk about Limerick students, I'm not really sure the specific, number. But yes, if you want to like get a better overview, I think you have to look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, there is one question here. For your cybersecurity programs, is there any specific accreditations like they have in the UK? That's a question from Anson.
Do you mean, does the course have any accreditations?
Like it seems the question is, in UK, we can see many cybersecurity courses have accreditation and professional recognition from National Cybersecurity Center. Do we have such recognition for courses in Ireland?
I'm not really sure. I have to quickly check about cyber security. I do know about Tony Business School because that's usually something we boast about very frequently. But yeah, given, I don't know if you had the chance to look at the course that actually Limerick has.
Ma'am, this is Anson here.
Yes.
This Anson here. So I posted that question. So if you see the courses right in UK, so most of the many university they mention the course is recommended, that particular cybersecurity related course, right? It's a
Right.
recognition and accreditation from National Cybersecurity Center.
Right.
So my question is like similar to that, right? If I consider a cybersecurity course in Ireland, so do I need to
Mm.
check for any accreditation, or it's an accreditation, any body is available there to accredit a particular course,
Not for
cybersecurity related course at
cybersecurity, no.
Ireland?
Not if you're looking for accreditation to our course, not really. It doesn't have that, but it is recognized. It is recognized worldwide, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I also do have more question. Okay, so it says only Zoom users. I'll just read out the question. I am from mechanical engineering field. I wish to know courses suitable for me. I wish to transition to IT. I have done a PG diploma in data science as a part of it and done some internships so far. So from Dhanuj, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. So I believe you have done your UG in mechanical engineering.
Yes, I have done my graduation in mechanical engineering.
Perfect. And you want to now transition to IT.
Yes.
So as I mentioned, right? So there's a course called data science and statistical learning. So I'm sure mechanical engineering, 50% of your course will be in relation to math.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you can apply for data science and statistical learning. And you can also apply
Okay.
for masters in mechanical engineering or software engineering. All these courses, definitely you can. But as long
Okay.
as your course is recognized to level 8, right?
Okay.
So you should be good to go. But PG diploma in data science, I'm not really sure. It could, as that as a certification, it could boost up, but definitely your UG program, your formal education, and a more structured UG program has to be, if it's mechanical engineering, it's great. All right.
Yes, I have done my graduation in mechanical engineering.
Okay.
At present, I have work experience in mechanical engineering field itself. So I was trying to switch to IT.
All right. You can go for software engineering. You can also go for data science and statistical learning. May I also know your percentage, please?
In mechanical engineering, I have 68.7.
68. And which university are you from?
I am from APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University.
Okay. So in that case, I think, do you have any backlogs?
Yes, I do have. I have 4 or 5, but I have cleared it
Okay,
by the time when I
yeah, 4 or 5.
passed the.
We do not, the maximum we take is about 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And even I think the minimum requirement, especially from the background that you're in, your minimum requirement has to be 70. All right.
Okay.
For us to consider. And yeah, for courses, especially mechanical engineering, data science, you have to have that percentage, and also the backlogs will be very tricky for you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. But thank you so much.
So
Yeah.
for masters in mechanical engineering, is the same criteria same?
Yes, it is the same.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I have one more question. That is,
Yes.
I have a
Hello.
student who applied for MSc accounting at UL and interested in applying for GOI International Scholarship. All right. Since I need an offer letter, even conditional offer. All right. So because you have applied in the first week of Feb, our turnaround time is anyways 4 weeks. So you have to allow that time. Okay. So I'm not really sure who has mentioned this question because there's no name directed here. But because you have applied just very recently, I would suggest like please wait till the end of February, which you have to. There's very little that I can do because now the volume of applications are very high. So therefore you have to wait for the university to get back with the offer letter. Another question we have is, I have
Hello,
a
ma'am.
yes. Yes, Amina.
Okay, ma'am. I completed my 4-year computer science engineering degree, I'm
Okay.
planning to apply for UL. Can you please tell me which all master courses which I can apply for?
Do you want to continue doing with the IT? With-
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you what the courses we do have available right now, because as far as I remember, artificial intelligence, we're no longer taking applications. Okay, so there is a very interesting course called Masters of Engineering in Computer Vision and AI. Okay.
Okay.
Then
Yes.
there is something called Masters of Science in Edge Computing. Then we also have data science and statistical learning, but also, as I mentioned earlier, 50% of your course has to be about maths or it has to be about statistics. Then you also have software engineering. And then you also have, I think that's about it. And if you still want to, if you want, you can also check out software development and international system.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, is the admission time closed?
For artificial intelligence, yes, but all these courses, I think we might close in this week or in the coming week. So that's the first thing I mentioned as I entered the meeting is, please, if you're very interested in applying for the courses, especially for computer science, management, or engineering courses, you need to apply like right now, not to like scare you or something, but like, yeah, the deadlines are just coming through. Okay.
So Ishita, even for business analytics or any
Yes,
engineering
business
courses you have
analytics
mentioned.
even more, even more. So please
Okay.
make the application at the earliest.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. And I do have one more question. I'll just quickly move to that as well. So I have a BA English honors with sociology as a minor from Delhi University, MA in social work, currently working as a school social work with 2 years of work experience. Interested to know if there are courses that I can take up in continuation, any other masters social field, aware of MA in sociology. Yeah, there is MA in sociology. And there is another course, as I was telling you about, that was so in relation to social work, it's called Sociology and Data Analytics. It's a brilliant course. And I think it'll really suit your interest as well. And considering what your background. So Agnes, if you want, you can please have a look on the website. It's called MA in Sociology and Data Analytics. And then eventually we can get on a quick call maybe later this week and we can discuss more about the options, the eligibility, and any other questions you might have. Yeah, I know we are on like a time crunch because of my late arrival. So I'm kind of like doing a little bit faster. So
So Ishita, as you're mentioning that we can contact you, how we can contact you?
I am dropping my details. Just give me a moment. I'm dropping my email address to all of you. So please feel free. And then obviously you already have ad hoc team who will be assisting you. So in case you want the team to reach out to me, that is fine as well. Okay, so I put that in the group chat. And moving on to the next question, I have graduated in animation VFX, which delivers 3 years of course by NG University. Would like to switch to MSc Artificial Intelligence in Limerick. Is it possible? My background does not match and it requires, well, when it comes to artificial intelligence, at this very moment, you cannot apply because we close applications for 2025. But also because you have animation and VFX, let me just tell you, you will require a computer science background if you want to go ahead with AI or data science. You will have to have those specific backgrounds, and they're very strict about it. It's already mentioned on the website. So we do have to follow those guidelines. Your computer science background is very, very vital.
Yeah, I think we have another session scheduled at 6 o'clock.
Yes. I know. I figured. I'm so sorry for taking so much of your time.
Yeah, but still, there are quite a few questions here which are pending.
I'm happy to take them up in the coming week or whenever you feel like.
Yeah,
I've got my email address. Yeah.
Yes, so those of you who have asked questions, so you can please reach out to. Yes, you have asked here. So you can mail Ishita or you can mail us. So we can we can contact Ishita or we can I'll post this is one mail ID that you can reach out to. india@edhoc.com. And Ishita has given her mail ID as well. And now we'll be happy to take your questions, those questions that have been passed here. Now you can send it to us. So anyway, the session is being recorded, so we can take the questions from here as well. But now, in order to reply back to you, we need your contact details. If you're already in touch with the counselor from EDHOC, so please reach out to them so that they'll be able to consolidate, get back to Ishita and get your answers cleared. There, we'll take the other questions, later and plan the session, plan an interaction later.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for your active participation. Thank you, Ishita,
Thank you so
for
much.
at least you were able to join.
Yes,
And,
I really apologize once again, but I'll definitely would love to have a meeting later on whenever possible with all the questions that we have. I'll take it up definitely.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, everybody. Thank you again, sir. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Have a good
Best
day.
wishes. So during the next session from 6 to 7 p.m., we'll be hosting NCI, National College of Ireland. And then finally, we'll have a session from 7:20 to 8:20 p.m. That'll also be a general Q&A session for students to clarify their general doubts. So if you still have any doubts, we can take it up there and note it, and then contact the respective university representatives. Thank you, and bye for now.